Yo, this guy's got the push notifications on. Ten-second respawn time. Yeah, there's nothing better than being in the garage with the boys, cracking open a cold one, right? Best sound in the world right here. Oh, yeah. What I actually need to do is all this trash of the stuff I ordered, I need to hide it so I don't dox myself and show everyone my address. Okay. All right. What am I doing? I'll explain in a second. Right now, gathering everything that I may need. It also says I have 0 viewers, so... Nope, now it says I have 12. Okay. All right. I'm going to gather all this. Whatever, that can stay there. All right. Last time, well, actually, this whole project was replacing the gas tank, which is installed. I threw out my old gas tank. Upon throwing that out, I threw out a bunch of things that I still needed because I'm just a real life idiot. So I put the gas tank in. And then I ordered this housing right here. I'm going to want to put gloves on because this adhesive does not get off of your skin. But I ordered this housing that has the fuel pump and filter. And then when I ordered that, I realized that I was missing a couple things, including this to not come with it, which is the evap line. So that connects here. And when it's not cut, it runs through. I gotta turn my flashlight on. And connects to the evap line right there. So under the firewall to there. That's also another thing I threw out because I'm really stupid. So I ordered the parts I needed, and where I ordered them from, they didn't tell me until 2 days ago that I had called and checked up on the order, and they said that when I asked them to look up on it, they said it's discontinued. So I spent like 4 days waiting for nothing. So I ordered one on eBay that's not here yet. But what I did do, this guy has a seal under it, a little gasket. And I was gonna say whatever, but I ordered an original Toyota one, so we have that. The bolts holding this in are pretty gross. They're pretty bad. So I ordered new OEM ones of that. I really should have just ordered generic bolts and not been upcharged 300%, but it was like 20 bucks. And I'm already like $400 in the hole from throwing things out that I shouldn't have thrown out. So why not? Why don't I build my own tank? Because I would love for this thing to actually run one day. And I've tried to weld a gas tank before and it kind of blew up on me. All right, so part three of me being an idiot. Another thing I threw out, literally just took my money and just threw it in a trash can, is the filler neck to the gas tank itself. I threw out this hose. That is a discontinued part that I can't find anywhere. So what I did is I took a measurement of that diameter and I ordered some fuel-safe rubber hosing, which should work. I should get a creeper. I used to have one, but I don't like it because I get too close to the car and I can't really lift the car up that much more. But I ordered a hose. With that, I ordered an assortment of fuel line clamps because I have two really rusty ones I put back on that I want to replace. And I have these two I held on to that I'm hoping is the right size, which it looks like it's not. And if that doesn't work, I'll just use a ring clamp. Ring clamps kind of suck for this because when you tighten them, it actually ends up putting uneven pressure on it. You kind of get, you get this effect. But these spring clamps will actually, on all sides, provide even pressure. So it's better to seal liquids with that. But I don't think that's gonna fit. So we're gonna do the hack job way, as is tradition. So apparently this is rated for fuel and causes cancer in California. Doesn't say it. But theoretically, it shouldn't degrade and clog up all my fuel lines. And I don't have a good tool to cut this. Evidently, neither did they. So I really hope I got the right size. So that's step one. We're gonna test fit this bad Larry. Or actually, we can answer this question too. Yep, too big, no clamping. So that's pretty sweet. We'll put these guys back. I don't think I have another one. I think that one's too small. Those are regular ring clamps, which is unfortunate. It'd be ironic because the whole reason I did all this was to get rid of a fuel leak. And if I put on hose clamps that leak fuel, that'd be pretty funny. So let's get everyone ready for their physical. I'm gonna Michael Jackson it and only one glove it and have kids here. Okay, so first test. For the love of God, I hope this fits on there. Which it looks like it's a good fit. I can't do it. I gotta do it with my other hand. Yep, it's a snug fit, so I don't think it actually engages this little bung there. What kind of car? MR2 Spider. So I need to mark this somehow. How about with my dirty finger? And then somehow cut it, because I don't have the proper tools. the car, MR2 Spider. So I can cut it with a knife. Let's see what I got to cut it. I don't think this opens enough. And I also ruined the blade trying to cut, I think my shifter cable, when the shifter cable broke on this, because it's getting to the point where I've almost replaced everything on this car. I think I'm just gonna do it with a good old knife that I have somewhere. So yeah. There's my mark. So I'm just gonna roughly one-handed try to do this. All right, this is gonna suck and be a terrible cut. I gotta have something better, but I don't. I don't think this opens wide enough. Maybe it does. We'll try that. Yeah, I got nothing else. So we're gonna do it the wrong way, as is tradition. Because that's what we do in this household. I don't know how to do this with only one hand. This is so bad. This is so stupid. That's such a dumb thing to do in front of people. Completely wrong tool, but whatever. That knife can't cut anything. This is what our cut looks like. This is what the factory looks like. So I am just as good as the slave labor that probably cut this. So that's all right. Holy smokes, 53 people watching this garbage. Okay, so now we theoretically have the right length. I'm gonna grab I also don't remember, well, I pretty much cut it in half. I was gonna say I don't remember which half I wanted to use. I'm gonna use silicone spray to lubricate it so it makes it a little easier. I'm gonna be smart though. I'm not gonna cover what I'm laying in. Just to make it a little easier. Hating on his own content. I don't even know what I said. I'm used to being able to edit things out that I mutter to myself. All right. So a fuel safe, gasoline safe rubber hose going on the fuel tank to the filler, because for the people that are joining, I threw out the original one because I'm stupid. So we're gonna I have to do this with my other hand. So we're gonna replace this. Well, I'm gonna replace it one-handed really badly. It's still a little too long, but whatever, I'll just force it. So that's on there. And we have good engagement, so I doubt it'll leak. Plus this isn't a high pressure line. So I think we'll be okay. And it can be our little secret. No one can see that under the car. So like I said, those actual fuel line clamps did not fit on that hose, so I'm gonna have to really be a hack and use these cheap, shitty ring clamps. I need to find the appropriate bit to make that easier. This drives me nuts. I hate the look of ring clamps. It's such a hack job looking thing. And the worst part is, like, I have it there. I have it over there. I have it on my intake. I really hate the look of it, and I'm upset that I'm using it again. The last couple times I did this, it just turns into me talking about how much I don't like my own car. Ring clamps, temporary, permanent fix. If I've learned anything, is that if you do a temporary fix, it becomes permanent. If it's temporary and it works, it will become permanent, no matter what the project is. If you work at like machines at work in your career, or fix something around the house, what kind of car am I working on? (2003) Toyota MR2 Spider. Mr. David. There's a car you'd like to work on, what would it be? It would be a car where I had nothing to do with anything that was done to it. And it wasn't done by someone like me. Also, this stream is heating up. I gotta take my sweater off. We're getting hot, boys. All right, nut driver for the ring clamp. Find the right bit. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna assume it's the rusty one because I have so many of these stupid ring clamps on my car. Yep, that's it. Really starting to put it all together here. All right, so we're gonna clamp down one side. Back under the car. I took my sweater off, and this is like one of the 3 shirts I own that don't have a stain, and now I'm gonna ruin this too. All right, we got a long way to go. Oops, how do I turn the light on? Oh, that's my stupid face. Did not wanna do that. Maybe swap shirts on cam. It's the only clamp I have, all right? I'm gonna tighten it and I'm gonna run out of, I guess we'll see. Also, doing this one-handed just makes it so much harder. But this is the riveting content everybody wants. Oh, this is terrible. This is so stupid. How can I prop my phone up? All right, you guys are going face up. I'm not gonna be able to see anything. Trying to be as quick as I can, because watching this is not what the kids want. There we go. So we'll leave that loose for now. I have no idea if you guys were pointing the right way or not. This is another thing I hate. You get left with that. I don't have the proper tool to cut it, so you're just left with a sharp edge if you leave it, which is so annoying. Make sure that's all the way on there, and then we're gonna get a sweet part 2 of that thrilling content of me tightening a clamp. But this rookie only using one glove, because the other hand is using the phone. That's how dedicated I am to providing terrible content to ruin everyone's Saturday night. And then for God knows what reason, this ring clamp is a different size. So I'm gonna go at least make it match. See, this shop has everything. You name a tool and I got it. All right. Where else do you get exciting content like this? All right. Back under we go. We'll slip this one on. And then I might have to floor cam it up. All right, so this, I think I have to cut this shorter. I think I can get away with it. I'm just gonna really push it on there. Except this sucks to do. All right. Sorry guys, floor cam. I gotta lube it up. There we go. I think I got overspray on the camera lens, so that's gonna be good for the picture quality. Get more on the inside. This is impossible. What is it hung up on? Come on. I can't do it. I need a break. What are people saying? Grease? Maybe. I can't get this stupid fucking thing on. Ugh, I kind of want to take that side off. All right, I'm going to give it one more try. Yeah, I'm trying not to pinch it. It's just another Saturday night of just trying to jam it in there, you know? All right, new strategy. Maybe this end stretched a little bit. There we go. Because one thing I'm doing is not cutting this shorter. I'm a measured 0 times, cut once kind of guy. All right, so looks like the wrong size hose. Shouldn't it be difficult if it was the correct size? Yeah, I mean, but it's the hose I got. What am I gonna do? That's no good. I'm just gonna try to force that up more and compensate for that because I don't want to take it off and cut it. So bear with me again for a second. Let's see where we at. Right here, floor cam, good, I hope so. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut this stupid thing. I should really just cut it, huh? No, that's what a quitter would say. All right, maybe I'm a quitter. I can't take either end off now. All right, we're cutting under the car. All right, back out we go. I'm sweaty and out of breath. You know what that means. All right. So it sucks because I'm cramped under here because I don't have a nice big lift or anything. So I can't really film nicely either. But what's really cool is my left shoulder, when I lay on my side, just kind of wipes up all the oil and grease from the bottom of my car using my shirt. So that's cool. Is that a Sprite chill? It is not. How do I film this? Ooh, I know how. Like that. And then I'm just gonna forcefully cut it. Jesus Christ. Perfect. Watch it be too short now. All right. Hose clamps back on. I want it this way. I want both of them that way. And then force this back on. Oh my God, it might be a little too short. Well, I can kind of pull it off this a little bit. Oh yeah, we're golden. Almost forgot the hose clamps. I would have been pissed. Oh yeah, look at that. That is what we refer to in this household as good enough. I did take a huge chunk out of it because my eyes are calibrated. All right, now we tighten up each side. So when you, actually let me finish tightening it so I can grab the camera and then point and yap about whatever. All right, before I tighten that, side note, that kind of worries me. I hope it doesn't start rusting or anything, but the good news is that requires me to drive this out in the elements for it to rust. So we got a long time till that happens. So you got to make sure when you put a clamp on that it's behind the little bung, I don't even know what to call it. I forget the technical word for it, but you're clamping behind that, otherwise it might not seal properly. And then, like I was saying, as I tighten this, you can already see there's a gap there, but there's no gap here, so it doesn't have equal pressure around, which is why I was hoping I could use the fuel, like spring clamps. But, you know, you gotta work with what you got sometimes. So we're gonna tighten that up. And then with how tight this hose actually is, I'm not too worried about it leaking. And then this, I don't know, I don't have the proper tool to cut it. It's gonna be sharp if I do, but it drives me crazy if it stays on. So now we just gotta do the other side now. Look at that, I'm using this lubrication as a tripod. Use a smaller hose clamp. Well, yeah, I gotta work with what I got, man. What am I gonna go to the clamp store right now on a Saturday night at 7 p.m.? Wade. Take electric tape around the hose clamp since you can't cut it. There we go. See, this guy hack jobs. That's a good idea. That's an idea. That's a later idea though. All right, so theoretically, we can fill her up with fuel and it'll make it to the tank. So that part done. Yeah, I know Harbor Freight sells them cheap. I think that's where I got those. Well, I originally, if you weren't watching, I thought these belonged to that line, but they're too small. Or sorry, too big. So I can't use it. So I was just using what I had in my garage. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to come at you. You just came at me, so I just wanted to come back stronger. All right. Fuel test? No, not yet. I was really hoping to start this thing up tonight, but that's not going to happen. Because the evap line that didn't come with this, I said it in the beginning, but the place where I ordered these OEM Toyota parts from, they waited until I called them. The whole time they're telling me they're waiting for it to be shipped. Then I called them to ask what's going on, and then they're finally like, oh, it's a discontinued part. We can't get it. So I wasted a good amount of time just waiting for that part. It's a 2003. 2003 Spider. Hi, Brian M. So I'm going to try to button everything else up. I'm actually going to go grab another glove, but I'm going to try to button everything else up so that evap line is the last thing we got. So what I did manage to get is this whole thing has a gasket that's supposed to be in it. It also has these rusty ass bolts, so I just got new OEM bolts and the actual gasket around it. And then theoretically we'll have one thing left to do before we can put fuel in it and try to start it. Well, main things, there's always going to be little things. Evap lines, gotta love them. Yep. So now the question is, how do I use this plastic clip without breaking it? Because I always end up breaking them. There we go. So that's 1/2, or about 10% of what I need. So the new one's on the way. I found someone selling a used one. This guy can go over there. Now I had a socket in here for these guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and replace them one by one. I just gotta find the tool in my nicely organized garage. This must be the socket. If the inside of the tool looks like that, you know it was used on this car. Let's see. Warrant extension. Sometimes I need two hands, but I don't want to be mean and put you guys down. It says there's 100 people watching, which just is crazy that 100 people are watching this garbage. Watching me just work towards the next thing that's going to break on this car. Oops, I haven't had the light on. So, actually, I got to take the whole thing out anyways. This is connected, but not clipped in. So we're good. I'm going to move that off to the side. This stuff, this body adhesive that holds that cap is the worst to get on your hands. Tell them to click like. So I don't, even like on my videos, I don't like telling people to hit like or subscribe or anything because I don't know, it just seems so corny. And like, I feel like I'm not providing anything of value for people to do that. Also, like, there's not a big difference between asking people to do that and like just begging for other stuff. It just feels weird. It's not really my MO. Actually, hit the dislike button. Report me. Do that. Put me in my place. Put me in my place for this. For that alone, I should be banned. That's what I want. Put me down. Hi, wifey. All right, so little rusty guys are going to be replaced with new black guys. And this is the OEM number for the 0 people that are going to find that useful. I'm trying to undo this quicker so I can get to a little more interesting stuff. So the other issue that we may run into is this whole unit that I bought used off I'm pretty sure I got this unit and the gas tank from the same guy on eBay. And for the gas tank, I spent like 2 weeks haggling over like 20 bucks with him, but he wouldn't budge, so fuck that guy. With this unit, it houses the fuel pump, fuel filler, the fuel level sensor. So if you've never seen one of those, might as well take it all out. Get that nice, I wish you guys had the nice gas smell. This guy there floats as it fills up with gasoline. And then there's a little potentiometer there. So depending where it contacts that little pad there, the amount of resistance changes. And that's how the little computer knows how much gas you have in there. So that's how that works in your car if you ever were wondering. There's just a voltage provided, and then it's just got a different distance to travel as that contactor moves. Yeah, see, full of gas. So that's what it looks like when you're about to get invaded by the US, and that's what it looks like when you have no gas. Okay, so that being said, I ordered this used, so we are all just hopes and prayers that all of this stuff works, because I did not test it in any way, shape, or form. I just threw it in there. First time around, we did not put this gasket in it. So for the gasket, watch you doing. You are watching me doing this. I am replacing the gas tank in my car, is what I'm doing. Long story short. OEM part number for this gasket for the fuel sug. And that's the part that I was missing, that I had a feeling. And that sits, watch me drop it in there. That theoretically should sit in there, but it already kind of looks like a different shape. All right, hold on. Why replacing? It's riveting content. Yeah, this content's amazing. Okay. Wade, this is a long story that I've told, so I'm going to give a short version of it. This ring should just pop off. Kind of like me. I'm about to pop off. How does this come off? I know it does somehow. I don't remember how though. Doesn't matter. So, funny thing, turns out I had a gasket. All right, I'll catch you guys up. I was working on this, got it running again, complete unrelated issue. Gas tank was leaking. I had leaking gas. I thought it was coming from this unit, so I like refurbished it and all that. It was still leaking. I could, what did I just do? Oh, geez. Oh, I'm green screening. How do I undo this? No. Oh, geez. Can everybody still see this? Why does it stop? Oh, boy. My phone is freaking out right now. Stop it. Stop doing that. Stop doing, I'm just hitting every button until it goes away. I don't retouch off, thank you. I'm so sorry. There's 3 buttons and I'm hitting all of them. I don't know which one he wants me to hit. Okay, we're gonna run with this. Does that work? It's flickering on my screen. Just tell me if it's good or not. It does on my screen too. Man, I might need to end this and restart it or something. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I might have to, it is flickering after. All right, we back, I think we're back. There's literally 3 buttons. I don't know what I could have hit. Oh, it is flickering. If it keeps flickering, it is. I might have to restart this. I don't know. If someone in the chat says it's flickering, I'll restart it. But for now, I'm gonna, what was I answering? Oh yeah. I kept noticing a gas smell. So then I took this apart. It's definitely flickering. I might have to restart it. Why is it flickering like that? It is random. I'm gonna restart this and hopefully people can find it again because it's messing up my phone too. So bye, and I'll start another one in like 2 minutes and hopefully you find it again. If not,